Okay. Acha the conversation. Okay, our dear esteemed viewers, today is another bright day and we're so glad that you own this live on Ghetto TV. We would like just to give you a snippet into the journey that we are headed to in a Kumi District. One of the key things that we've been talking about all along is the social and economic infrastructure of this country, whose backbone has always been undermined and left dilapidated by the 34-year-old regime of President Kagulanyi Robert. Just take a look at the roads in the Kumi District. Once again, this is in Teso sub-region, and the Kumi District is another district that takes a high-ranking position among those that are devastated and impoverished. The people in these areas are still living under total absolute poverty. And while the National Unity Platform is promising to revamp and awaken the people's minds about their rights and demanding for the value of the taxes they pay, yes, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Bobi Wine, says he must lead a revolutionary election into the success that will achieve this. These are some of the roads in a Kumi district. You can't imagine how people live in these areas. There are some electric poles. You can see hydroelectricity power is passing through these areas. But as you know, the prices of these services are so high that people just look at the wires passing above their houses and they can't purchase it or use it. Does that mean development? Mr. Museveni, we would say the outgoing president, like his opponents say, has always bragged that he brought electricity in the entire country. But this electricity is sold to neighboring countries at lower prices, while people in Uganda are still languishing in darkness. People in these areas don't know what it means to have a fridge. People in these areas don't know what it means to have a hot cooker or percolator. All they know is to destroy forests and make charcoal to earn a living and also put food on their plates on a daily basis. Apart from that, the social infrastructure such as the health sector, the education system are also dysfunctional. We would like to tell you that the National Unity Platform is coming in to give a solution to all this. Just take a look. This is one of the towns. It's called the Ghetto town in Kumi District. Wow, you wouldn't imagine that these are the houses people live in such a town. And again, you have to imagine what is happening deep down in the villages there. We are seeing family health clinic. These are private health facilities, but the government health facilities are not staffed with medics. As you know, very many doctors are always running away from the country to go and look for greener pastures in well-paying countries. But why should that happen? Yet, Ugandans pay taxes on each and everything they consume. You pay taxes on everything. That liter of water that you buy from National Water and Sewage Corporation, that curry powder that you buy to fry your food, that tomato that you buy, the ginger, everything you pay taxes. But why should you fail to see the value for all that money that you pay to this regime? There are very many people that keep enjoying this money, keep enriching themselves just in singular, but also only for their families. These, according to research, add up to only 10% and sometimes less of the population of the country, leaving all other Ugandans languishing in absolute poverty. You can't imagine. These people are farmers. They don't have markets for their crops. These people are cattle keepers. Their cattle is always stolen, and the government has done nothing to protect them. The National Unity Platform is saying in its manifesto, all these problems are going to go away. We would like to inform you that there is a lot of land in this area, unused land, dormant land. But whenever government thinks about developing it, some rogue investors come in and want to grab the land, which is utilized by the locals in a communal manner, but no resident benefits from these investments. We have seen in Busoga, like we're about to see when we go there for campaigns, all the land was given away to sugarcane growers, but people are not benefiting. Those who work on the plantations only earn pennies, meager pennies. Can you imagine being a Ugandan but living like a slave? Like Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu was telling us yesterday in the rally in Amoria. He said, Malcolm X once said that even if you are a plantation slave or a house slave, you are no better but a slave. So the best thing to do is to fight and get out of the chains of the slave master. In Uganda, the slave master is President Kagulanyi Robert and his 34-year-old regime of tyranny. You can't imagine. Ugandans are waking up, and now we are headed to Kumi. We are headed to Kumi District, where you're going to see a lot of people showing and expressing their support to the leader of the National Unity Platform and also the principal of the Popular Movement, but also the presidential candidate and flag bearer of the NOP in the 2021 general elections, promising to vote for him and guard their victory this time around. President Museveni is going to accept and hand over power. If he doesn't, according to the people that are opposing him, Ugandans are not willing and are not ready to live another 5 years in these conditions. Thank you for keeping live on Ghetto TV. Kasiri Ashraf Saifullah bringing you live. We are on our way to Kumi District. Yeah. Okay, police patrol vehicles are trying as hard as possible to join into the motorcade. And we don't know whether they intend to cause more chaos like they have been doing since this campaign trail started. However, Ugandans are just ready and willing to protect their leaders. And this election, like it has been branded by the National Platform leaders, it is a revolutionary election, which is not only about election, it's not only about voting, it's not only about positions, it is about changing the system that has been a status quo for over 40 years. You would remember that Uganda has never changed power peacefully since the 60s. We saw in 1966, Kabaka, Mutesa and Obote made an alliance, but it ended in 2 wars that killed people and the burning of kingdoms. We saw Obote ruling until the 70s, when Idi Amin toppled him. Still, there was bloodshed. And we saw Idi Amin being toppled by a combination of Obote, Israelites and the Tanzanians, and that was a bloodshed. We saw the change of power to Obote II, which was also filled with bloodshed and wars. As we saw Tito Okello fighting him, we saw the Bina Isas, we saw the Moses Salis, and again here came the Museveni man who went to the bushes of Luwel and murdered people. That is according to his opponents, and that's according to history, and that is according to his own writings in his books, such as The Mustard Seed. So I'm not saying anything against him that is baseless. So for 6 years, Museveni fought in the bush wars of Luwelo, while the Moses Salis were helping him in other areas, and the Kahiras, and Rutakome, and very many others. Ugandans died and became became the cost of that war. Everyone hoped that Museveni was coming with the fundamental change Uganda was always looking for. However, 35 years down the road, things have turned to be worse than before. Like Kyagulanyi said, President Museveni has done 1,000,000 times worse than Obote and Amin. Can you imagine? A leader that came in jubilations and ululations. Ugandans are saying the time is now or never. And here on Ghetto TV, we are just bringing you everything live, unedited, uncensored, so that you know what Uganda is going through. You are brothers and well-wishers abroad and here in Uganda. Wherever you are, just know the revolution is taking its course, and the momentum of the revolution is unstoppable. Just like Martin Luther King said in the 60s, all marches can mean something, but the march in a revolution means liberation. We are on course. This is Kumi District, and you can't find any road that is tarmacked. The one that you find tarmacked, you will find only one layer, and it will only have a few potholes just within days. Is that value for money? No, it's not. A kilometer of a tarmacked road in Uganda costs 3 billion shillings. That is $1 million US and above. But why should that kilometer have potholes just a few weeks after its completion? We are asking those in power. And of course, that's why the National Unity Platform is saying they are about to leave that power. Come rain, come sunshine. Stay tuned on Ghetto TV. We shall be returning when we are about to reach the rally venue in Kumi District. Kasiri Ashraf Saifullah, and thanks for watching.